Hi, this is Maji Noni, and here's my review for Batman, The Return of Bruce Wayne, 5 of 6. No, if memory serves me correct, this book here is at least 2 months late. And it kind of brings up a good question of, is this book really relevant anymore? I understand that, due to publishing schedules, things can get kind of crazy. But when you consider an organization like DC and how long they plan these things in advance, it kind of makes you wonder why this book was late. This book, I mean, the art's just okay, but it's nothing spectacular. It's nothing that, when I look at, makes me go, oh yeah, I can understand why the art would make this thing late. Definitely, this is so rich in backgrounds, and the characters look like they're just popping off the page. That's not happening. Now, you can also say maybe it's the scheduling issue where they're thinking, well, we don't want to have the return of Bruce Wayne before Batman comes back with those Return of Batman comics that have just recently flooded the stores. But then even then, that's off because he's back and Bruce Wayne still isn't back. We still haven't figured out how he's back yet. Then at the same time, we have Time Masters, which is also out of sequence. We have people looking for Batman, but yet Batman has already returned, and they're still looking for him. So, this is just, to me, this is just a mess. This was for the sole purpose of making toys, selling action figures, market share. It's clear now that it's market share because of all the comics that are coming out in relation to this book. Anyways, let's get on with this crap review anyways. So, in his cowboy outfit, he collapsed on the street, and this woman here, after getting shot in the West, he's teleported to a different time period. And he, like I said, this woman, Marcia, finds him, and basically hires him out immediately, just like that, because her best friend was killed, and who happens to be Wayne, which is, wow, it's mighty convenient that you have another Wayne involved in this. So anyways, he figures out that there's something wrong with the diary. It's his handwriting, so he's trying to figure that out, and eventually he just goes to a mansion, and if you can imagine what the mansion is, it's Wayne Manor, and that's where basically Marcia needs him to be because all these Gothamite type people are going to be showing up there, and she needs him there to investigate whatever, blah blah blah. Now, she tries to seduce him, calls him Dark Knight, and he's like, Dark Knight, where have I heard that before? And there's somebody who's like half crazy in the field there and inside the mansion grounds who's mentioning, oh, Batman. And so he's like, oh, what's this? Type things. And, so there's all these little stupid references like that. And, eventually, what the hell, I'm just going to spoil it for you because I really don't care about Batman. Well, Marcia isn't Marcia. Her name is Martha, which is, thankfully, her name isn't Martin, Anyway, she backstabs him. She throws him down in this tomb thing with a bunch of other people with hoods and masks. And there's this prophecy about the Dark Moon. So what they do is they set him on fire, and they're videotaping it. Yeah, with a camera. And I'm like, that doesn't quite look like that camera belongs in, that time period. I mean, let's just take a quick look at it for a second, shall we? Yeah, see, look at that camera. That camera, to me, looks like that's from, something that I would go down to Best Buy and buy, or Amazon, that camera. Look how small that thing is. That looks totally out of time, out of place. So anyways, he gets played, and they set him on fire, and, sure enough, it's the eclipse again, and they can't even figure out it's an eclipse. They call it Black Sun type thing, and I'm like, it's an eclipse. You know, if you went to school, you'd figure that thing out. So, anyways, he goes off and he's teleported. While that's going on, Robin is in the future, or it should be our time period. You know, of course, Wonder Woman doesn't have her correct costume on; it's still her old one. And you know, he's like, we have to hurry up because Batman's coming and he's going to be the living weapon bomb, and we have to hurry. Well, Batman does, you know, he appears in the future, you know, he catches up to, I guess, modern times, I guess you can say, but he's all jacked up looking. If you remember in the Time Masters, when they weren't jumping through time, and they saw that, and they met that one guy who's explaining things to him, and it turned out to be that was Batman. Well, that's basically what he looks like, you know, so I guess they're gonna have to explain what all that is all about now. Now, I'm really unimpressed with this story so far. I think of all the possible things that they could have done, they really chose the crap way out of it. And I'm really disappointed because I think this could have actually been a really good story. Granted, there is one more issue left, and that's going to tie in everything together. But, you know, I'm not really hopeful that it's going to be a fantastic issue. And that's a really crappy snowflake thing. Man, that sucks. Yeah, that really does suck. Anyways, that just shows you can't even make a good snowflake out of a Batman comic book. That's how sucky it is. I still am on my recommendation of just don't buy it. You don't need it. It really provides no value to the Batman mythos, at least so far. I'll get the last issue just so this way, you know, we can see how it ends. But anyways, if you have any comments or questions, just let me know. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll have much better comic reviews up later. So until next time.